talk about what's going on in the AFC North, man. The AFC North got kind of decimated this week with two big time injuries. Of course, Freaky Shaun got injured, his throwing shoulder, and he will be out for the rest of the regular season, coming off his best game of the year over the Baltimore Ravens this past week. And so he's going to be out for the year. He talked about it, said he wanted to play through it. He wasn't able to do it. The last night, Thursday Night Football against Baltimore Ravens, Joe Burrow fucked up his wrist, which the NFL is investigating why he wasn't on the injury report to begin with, as he was already having trouble with it. You could see on his hand, and looked like he's holding something that you like usually use with an iPad or something, but they didn't even report that. He got hurt in the second quarter, left at the end of the second quarter, never came back, and now we got learned today that there's a torn tendon in that wrist, and he is done for the rest of the regular season. I'm gonna go to Dan first, man, get his opinion on this. Dan, what do you think about these two injuries in the AFC North right now?
First of all, I want to say what's up, cuz.
What's going on, brother?
I'm good, man. The injuries are whack, bro. I mean, like, I get it, that motherfucker got tug jobs and shit, but I like to watch Deshaun Watson play football. So, I want to see the Browns actually be good at least one time in my life. So that's whack. Joe Burrow, I'm a huge Burrow guy. So, I mean, I think Lamar Jackson has no excuse now. Honestly, when I look at what has stopped him from doing whatever the fuck he needed to do to win, I think Bengals have some say in that. I mean, the fucking Freaky Shaun shit is just like, damn, bro. Like, I mean, fuck. He wasn't playing his best football, but in my opinion, he started to wake up and he started to look like a $200 million quarterback, in my opinion, again. So I think it's really bad, man, for football fans, narratives aside or how you feel about either of the guys. I mean, I like to see them, and I think Patrick Mahomes is going to absolutely feast on the AFC. Joe Burrow was the only motherfucker that actually scared me for the Chiefs. Other than that, I mean, it's like I said, it's going to be Eagles Chiefs no matter what we want, unless happens.
I agree with that. I think you just hit the nail on the head with the Lamar Jackson shit, which I was reminded in my Instagram comments that I know nothing about quarterbacking because I do not play the game of football, which my Instagram followers wanted to let me know today. Like you said, there's no excuses for Lamar Jackson now. There's none. This is your division to win. This is your chance to get to the AFC Championship, to go up against Patrick Mahomes, who everybody wants to compare you to for whatever fucking reason. This is your best chance to do that. Burrow's out. As we just spent the last 10, 15 minutes talking about, you shouldn't be worried about Josh Allen. This is just shot right here. And I think, like you just said, Dan, is we feel whatever we want to feel about Deshaun. And he did have a little bit towards in the second half. First half was shitty. Second half, he played much better. And it felt like he was starting to maybe get some momentum or, get a little rhythm going on. I think it hurts the game of football for football fans in general, because I don't want to be seeing backup quarterbacks in some of these elite matchups. I mean, we were supposed to have Allen versus Burrow in a couple weeks. I think it's supposed to be on New Year's Eve. Now it's going to be Allen versus whoever the backup is in Cincinnati. We already get this.
I want to fucking rip his heart out, bro. Now the Niners just don't dominate. It just makes me hate the Niners more. And I don't even have a reason to hate them except because of Brock Purdy. And I wanted to see the Bengals destroy them. Not going to happen.
Yeah. It's not going to happen now. It's also, the Black Friday game. When the Black Friday game originally got announced, when we found out Amazon was doing one, I'm like, oh yeah, Aaron Rodgers versus Tua, that should be fun. Now it's going to be Zach Wilson and Tua. That's the hangover game. I ate too much food yesterday and I'm drunk as hell. This will be background noise game. But let's go to Mikey first. Mikey, man, what do you think about these two injuries in the AFC North?
I mean, I think it's ass from the perspective of, it looked like the Bengals were starting to put it together. It's just one of those seasons, man. Sometimes you just got to chalk it up to Joe Burrow. Somebody must have did something to him, but he just had a bad year. From training camp on down, he just couldn't stay healthy. So I think it sucks for the Bengals, and now we have to watch them. I don't know if they win a game. Probably they will if they could lean on Joe Mixon. They might have some favorable matches matchups. But now you're looking at another team that the rich is gonna get richer. As I saw him get hurt yesterday, I'm like, okay, they have 5 wins. If they don't win another game, they're gonna let T. Higgins walk, and they're gonna add Brock Bowers from Georgia to that offense next year. So I just started looking for next year. Like, it's okay. The Bengals will bounce back next year. Joe Burrow just needed to. Sometimes it's like that, man. Sometimes, what? You know how they say, sometimes God say you're moving too fast, and somebody will just, something will just stop it getting your way, and that's what it is. For Deshaun Watson, it sucks too. Like, I know, contrary to all the nasty shit he does, I agree with Cousin Dan. Like, I fuck with watching him on the field because I remember what he was like as a quarterback way before everything else. So it seemed like he started to round into form. That defense is elite. So, it sucks for them. And I mean, we could take it one step further with Kirk Cousins. Now how the Vikings keep winning, I have no fucking clue. But that's another starting quarterback in a position to be in that wild card in the hunt graphic. Come December in a couple weeks. So it sucks. The only thing I do say is I know it's on Lamar, right? Like, it's set up for Lamar, but we can't take away from the fact for Lamar too that he just lost his number 1 target, Mark Andrews, for the rest of the season too.
So, I mean, he did, but it's still that shit.
He did, but now I want to see how they game plan with Lamar because they have an elite running game.
All aboard the Gus bus.
Yeah. They got an elite running game. So let's see how Monken and the boys do it. Because Harbaugh is known to piss away some games to himself as a coach. So the division is prime for him because I don't trust Kenny Two Gloves. I don't trust, obviously the Bengals are down, the Browns are down, PJ Walker, Dorian Thompson Robinson. None of them are actually going to move the needle. So it is set up for Lamar to win the division and possibly have one of the top 2 seeds in the playoffs.
Courtney, what you got on this?
Very little. I don't care or think much about the Bengals, except for when they finally decided to stop playing with Joe Burrow's fucking injuries. And I definitely don't care about that quarterback in Cleveland. In the dirt, RIP. That's it.
Bang, you came with the name Freaky Shaun. What's your thing about
Freaky Shaun? I mean, first of all, injuries happen. You know what I'm saying? And I think he would have tried to play through it because he don't want it. He don't want to seem like he got that money and he's basically been fragile ever since he got it. With that being said, man, like the Burrow thing, the Bengals had so much high hopes for this season. And who is Jake Browning? They don't even have a backup we know. And that's probably the worst part of the Bengals side because, I mean, quiet as kept, y'all, Joe Burrow has been oft injured since he's been in the league. And you didn't get a quality backup to keep the ball rolling. Even though Cleveland did do the dummy, it looks like, and trade Joshua Dobbs because they thought homie from UCLA was probably going to be that dude. And hopefully he does step up, in this one. But the difference between the 2 Ohio teams is the defense. The Browns stack that defense up. So whether it's PJ, whether it is Dorian, they have the defense that could keep them in games. So it's going to be interesting to see that because Cincinnati ain't got that defense like that. So that's the issue. What did you do to protect your investment in either your defense or backup? And Cincinnati has done neither.
And just to jump in, and just to jump into this one thing, I did see something yesterday that I thought was interesting. And there was somebody, I forgot who it was, somebody tweeted, maybe the league should look forward to making where the trade deadline passes, but quarterbacks, you can still probably move off a quarterback. So you don't have a situation like last year where motherfuckers is at the crib, geek for Eagles and Niners, and the Niners have ran through fucking all three of their backups. So if you never know. These injuries happen. Do the Bengals, do the Browns? Is there a bidding war for who wants to trade for Ryan Tannehill's bum ass? So now we'll never know. But it would be interesting to see if they put a caveat into that where maybe quarterbacks, but maybe after Thanksgiving or something, you can't trade for them. You can still trade for them.
They should just extend the trading deadline either way it go for anybody. But for Cincinnati, that's they bum ass fault. Like, how is Jake Browning your backup?
Yeah.
Like, nothing against dude, but here's an undrafted free agent from Washington, was with the Minnesota Vikings, got cut, and then you go to Cincinnati. That's your backup? That proves that they put. You say what?
Quality backups aren't cheap, and
they not.
Right. And they should have spent on one. They could have spent on one.
And say Joe Burrow fucking downtown Cincinnati, like whatever.
So for all of the.
No,
No, go ahead, Scott.
Now I was gonna say you gotta pay Burrow. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta pay Burrow. So it's like I feel like everybody think about backup quarterbacks, and I'll close with this, and we'll get to Dan segment. The thing about backup quarterbacks is you never think you need one until it's time to need one. So I do feel like there needs to be more research on just backup quarterbacks in general for anybody. Like even in a much lesser situation, because this team isn't going anywhere, but in a much situation, whether it's Justin or whoever the fuck they bring in next year, I feel like the Bears found a good backup quarterback. If you have a backup quarterback that can play for 2 to 3 games, you'll be good. We don't know if Browning can do that because he looked okay in the second half, but it's different when teams got film on you. So I think they do have buddy from Alabama, AJ McCarron, on the roster. So I'm pretty sure we'll see them. He sucks, but he's somebody that has actually played NFL games. I'm
pretty sure that they'll elevate him within the because I saw him on the sidelines yesterday. He wasn't dressed, so clearly they went with like the Fields Bajan shit where we'll just put the Browning as QB2, but definitely AJ McCarron is gonna be next up. If Browning shits the bed in 1 or 2 more games, because they still got 5 wins, they still are technically there. You can't give up on the season. I think maybe see AJ McCarron play for them at towards the end of the year.
I don't think they will either because also their coach Taylor said that they're not giving up on the season.
Paper on this player haters, old news, money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna.